Accucare Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine in Brick, New Jersey offers a state-of-the-art facility with all the best and current treatments. With athletic trainers, massage therapists, and doctors of physical therapy, Accucare has everything you need to stay healthy and perform at the highest level. Cupping, stretching, laser therapy, compression boots, and a full-body cryo chamber are just some of what you can expect at Accucare. Check out their website and social media links in my bio. No prescription is needed to see them. So call them today and start feeling and performing at your best. Again, thank you to Accucare for sponsoring the Shore Football Report. Welcome to the Accucare preseason All Ocean County football team show, presented by the Shore Football Report. Before we get going, I want to thank our title sponsor, Accucare, who's located in Brick, have been fantastic. Pam Anthony, the founder and owner of Accucare, has been nothing but supportive for the Shore Conference football that we present here with our coverage. I am so proud to say that I'm associated in partnership with Accucare. Now, athletes out there, you got to take care of your bodies. You don't take care of your body when it's only hurt. Recovery, rehabilitation. When you guys are sore, you need to go to Accucare to get your ankles, your hamstrings, your back, your shoulders, the whole 9 yards, and get ready so you can play football on Friday or Saturdays. All right? You got to take care of your body before it breaks down, because when it breaks down, you're in rehabilitation mode and you're not being able to play because you got to now try and get healthy. So take care of your body and make sure you are healthy and able to perform at the highest level possible. Pam Anthony and her great staff are continuously working with the top athletes all over the shore in a very convenient place in the Shore Conference in Brick. Brick is in the middle of Ocean Monmouth County, and everybody is close to them within miles. Some of the top football coaches and basketball coaches and other sport coaches have also gone to Accucare when they had injuries or they were recovery, rehabilitation for different things. So they have a great resume with so many people that you athletes have been coached by that have also been to Accucare. We all have a common place to go when you are injured or you need to take care of your body and you are really serious about your athletic playing career. Go to Accucare. They will 100% help you out, and they are friends of the Shore Football Report, and make sure that we support them to the very best. Now, are you ready for the All Ocean County football team? I can't wait. Let's go. Okay, now let's talk the preseason All Ocean County first team offense. And we're going to start with the quarterback position, and there's two good ones. We got a 2024 Tom Driven North, Micah Ford, 6'1", 210. He is a quarterback and a running back's body. Think of that. Coach Ozowitz made a huge move and put his best athlete at the time last year and put him at quarterback and wanted to let him make plays and see where it was at. And what a great move it was for not only for Micah, but also for the Tom Driven North football program. He led the team to the South Jersey Group 5 state championship game, and just had an outstanding year. Last year, he combined for 2,335 yards and 25 touchdowns, and he is a threat. He may be the best offensive football player in the short conference, arguably, and only a junior. Michael Ford is as explosive as anybody. He could run you over or run around you, but he does not shy away from contact. He is a bull. He is a bull. Very impressive, and he's going to lead Tom Driven North to a big season this year. I guarantee you that. The next quarterback, 2024 Brick Memorial, Connor Dietz, 6'1", 170. Productivity, let's talk about it. He led the short conference in all-purpose yardage, total yard offense, 2,445 yards and 25 touchdowns. Not bad. Not bad for a sophomore. Well, he's a junior now. He looks really good in his scrimmages, and he looks like that he may have even a better season statistically because he's got some weapons on the perimeter with his receivers. Connor can run or throw. He's a dual threat, and both of them are dual threats. Very, very explosive, both of them. Running back, 2023 Central, Chase Gumbert. He's 5'9", 185. And he ran for 1,825 yards and 25 touchdowns. And he came out of games in some games early because they were kind of winning pretty good. Chase came out of the just came out of the woods, and all of a sudden he was just killing it statistically. He really was a really tough runner, a small runner. I like him where he can catch passes out of the backfield. He can do all that stuff, but he's a powerful back. Don't be mistaken by him being only 5'9". He runs tough. And he's one of the best runners in the state of New Jersey coming back. Another running back, 2024 from Point Borough, South Jersey Group 2 state champion, Jake Croce, 5'10", 195. Jake had 1,160 all-purpose yards and 11 touchdowns. He was that fullback in that veer option. You have to stop that. When you play Point Borough, you got to stop that first, the dive key and all that. And that was him. Real tough. He plays linebacker too. Jake runs really, really hard. He's been a starter since his freshman year. He's going to be a junior this year. So he's got still a lot of football in him, but it just feel like he's been here forever. Jake is an outstanding football player and a real, real tough runner. Next running back is 2023 Barnegat's JoJo Bivens, 6 foot 190. What a season he had. Broke every record in Barnegat in rushing. Ran for 1,356 yards and 21 touchdowns. Just an explosive, dynamic running back. He's a threat anytime he touches the football. He can catch it out of the backfield, but he's really good running the football. I like the way he runs inside the tackles. He doesn't just go to the outside. He's explosive. He can score anytime, like I said, when he touches the football. The other running back is 2024 from Tom Driven North, Josh Moore. Josh is a 5'10", 182-pound running back who complements Micah Ford very well with their play. Both of them are threats, but Josh was one of those quiet guys where you didn't know if he was getting the football, and then all of a sudden he's running hard, and Micah didn't run the football, and it was a give key. He ran for 653 yards and 2 touchdowns, and I had another 250 yards of receiving. He is a multi-back running back that can catch, run, do the whole 9 yards. But again, he built himself up too, that he's a big, strong back right now, and he's primed for a really, really, really big season. Wide receiver 2025, one of the highest rising or quickest rising recruits out there, not only in Ocean County, but I'm going to say state of New Jersey, is Michael Thomas III, 6'1", 180 from Donovan Catholic. Just all of a sudden, he had only 4 catches for 80 yards. He had another 200 yards of rushing. Coach LeBarker, when he runs the jet sweep, he hands the ball off. and that counts as a run. Other programs, they flip it, so it would be a pass for other people. Who cares? When the ball's in his hand, his 4.4 speed impressed people so much. He's gotten offers from big time programs, including Penn State University, and he didn't even step on the field yet as a sophomore. So Michael Thomas III has high expectations. He's got a lot of hype now, and he works his tail off in the offseason, and he got the offers with his work ethic and his performance in camps. Did a really nice job. So he's going to be a guy that can score anywhere when he's on the field. Tariq Council, a 2024 Tom Driven North wide receiver, 6'3", 180. When you talk explosive, you're talking Tariq. Tariq can do it on both ends of the football field, defensive back and wide receiver. He had 19 catches for 415 yards and 5 touchdowns. And when he catches the football, his second gear is so impressive. It is so impressive. When you think you got him, he just turns it on. So he's a big, tall wide receiver that just that has such an upside to him, and I believe he's a Division I wide receiver. He's going to prove it this year during the season. Tight end 2023 from Brick Township, Tyson Lopez, 6'2", 225. He is a physical run blocking tight end. Caught 3 catches for 35 yards and a touchdown, but his strength is his blocking and Coach Lenny Zdanowicz's offense, and I really like the way he goes. They're going to use him a little bit more in the pass game, but he is a pro-style tight end that is physical, comes down on C-gap with power, and does a great job with his blocking there. A 2023 tight end right there. Now, the offensive linemen. We have some good ones. First, a 2023 tackle from Point Borough, Cole Skinner, 6'5", 300, a commit to Temple, had over 14 offers from various Division I schools and settled with Temple University. Cole had a great year last year. I remember talking to Coach Staub and telling him in the offseason, I said, that kid's going to get recruited. He's going to be a recruitable kid. And a couple months later, here he is right now. All right. Just worked himself into getting the scholarship, big, strong football player, and helped lead Point Borough to the South Jersey Group 2 state championship last year. And now he's signed and sealed. Look out. He's got no pressure. He's going to ball out and have a great season for Coach Staub. The other lineman is Jalen Matthews, 6'7", 295. He's a national recruit. He's the number 1 recruit in the 2025 class in New Jersey. And and a big, strong offensive tackle, 6'7", 296. He looks even thinner than that. He looks great. He passes the eyeball test. Again, he's got numerous offers from all over the country. Every other day it seems like he's getting offered, that kid. Big, strong kid, like I said, only a sophomore. Got a lot of hype. Number 1 guy in New Jersey for the class of 2025, and he is known throughout the country. 2023 from Tom Driven North, Josh Kane. When you talk about Josh is 6'1", 230. When you talk about team players, I'm talking about Josh. Josh is the ultimate team player. He was an outstanding guard last year, and now he moved to center to strengthen the offensive line even more. Coach Oswitz has a lot of faith, and he needs that center position to be solidified. Who does he do? He puts his best lineman there, and he's got him right there. Josh is going to impress a lot of colleges because now colleges want to see players, can they snap? Now he's going to have film that he can snap. They already have film when he was a pulling guard last year, going to the state championship game, and he's got a lot to be excited for, playing center, and he's one of the best linemen in Ocean County with that. The 2023 Donovan Catholic, E.J. Smith, 6'1", 300 pounds. I like E.J. a lot. Big, strong kid, physical. I like his feet. He's got really good feet. He's just the next guy that Donovan Catholic has as a outstanding lineman. He's the leader of the squad. A lot of guys graduated, and he's back, and he's going to be leading a young Donovan Catholic football team, and they're going to run behind E.J. Smith. Jackson Memorials 2023, Ryan Fisher, 6'3", 275. Ryan just moved to guard. He was an outstanding tackle. Big, strong kid, 6'3", 275, now playing guard for Jackson. That is a very, very big weapon there, having a kid that big and strong and athletic playing guard. He's going to be one of the top-rated players when we put the player position ranking up there. A very good team player and makes the move at guard. And I think it's going to be beneficial for not only Jackson, but also for Ryan, too. 2024 Donovan Catholic offensive lineman Adam Yevicek, 6'4", 300 pounds. Saw this guy in person, heard a lot about him, was injured last year. And talking to college coaches love the way he bends. At 6'4", 300 pounds, the way he bends is very impressive. I'm looking at big things. He's having good scrimmages right now. A lot of people are high on him, and why wouldn't you? A guy 6'4", 300 pounds who can bend and's got explosion. Adam's got a big potential in the recruiting right there, and he's a guy that I think is a sleeper out there in Ocean County at 6'4", 300 pounds. Adam Yevicek from Donovan Catholic. And the last O-lineman is 2023 from Lacey, Brendan Susby, who's 5'8", 215 pounds. When you talk about a Lacey lineman, he is one of those hard-working blue-collar guys in the weight room, benches over 400 pounds, one of the strongest guys in the Shore Conference, without a doubt. Susby is a hard worker in that weight room, and he translates it onto the football field with Coach Rosillo when they're going to be running ISO and power right behind him. Now, we have two athletes on there. They're going to be playing quarterback, but I want to put them as an athlete because I want people to know that they could play anywhere. They could play anywhere. Defense, offense, special teams, the whole 9 yards. First, we'll start with Point Borough's 2024 Matt Oliphant, a 6'2", 190-pounder. He was a kick returner, had 2 kick return touchdowns as a sophomore. He played corner last year, and he also was playing a little bit of the slot. Now he's playing quarterback, and that's his natural position, and he's going to get a chance to lead Point Borough to that state championship game and hopefully more and more into the states where you can win out one team for each group. So Matt's got a lot on his back, but he's a proven athlete, and he can do it all, and I'm excited to see Matt's talent running that offense. And the last athlete is 2023 from Jackson, Ty Mann, a 6', 195-pound quarterback that, again, can play. He could play running back. He plays corner. He can do punt return, kick returns. He can do it all, but he does the quarterback position. I love the lefty look. He looks very smooth there. Can run a lot of reads in the multiple reads of what they do with their RPOs. Just an outstanding football player and makes his players around him even better with his leadership. And then we're going to end it with the outstanding kicker 2025 from Tom Drew North, Yanni Papakolis. He's 6'2", 205 pounds. And when you talk about him, you talk about he's a strong looking kicker. Strong. I mean, he's a big, strong kid that when he kicks the ball, it booms. It just booms. And only his sophomore, kicked a little bit during the freshman season on the varsity, so he's got experience in big games, and we're looking for him, hopefully just kicking extra points with all the athletes we just talked about from North coming back and scoring touchdowns, right? So there is your first team offense for all Ocean County. Now let's talk 2022 preseason all Ocean County first team defense. And we're going to start with D-line 2023 Point Boroughs State Championship Group 2 defensive end Connor Reynolds, 5'11", 230. When I hear Connor Reynolds' name, I automatically think of his ticker. He is never stops. He just goes and goes and goes. His motor just keeps moving. This guy is a very, very aggressive defensive end who built his body up to be now a real physical dude too. Kind of jumped onto the scene during the season he had last year. Really wasn't a big name out there, and now he's got a lot of colleges out there eyeballing him and all that because of his tenacity. I love his closing speed that he does, and he does a great job in that 3-3 stack as that defensive end for Point Borough. 2024 defensive lineman Donovan Catholic, Zaire Day. He's around 6'2", 6'3", 250. You know who he looks like? The way he plays? Lawrence Taylor. When I see him on the edge, that's that. He's now playing outside linebacker, but I'm going to count him as a defensive end because that's what he plays too. So he's an edge guy. And boy, oh boy, he got leverage on the outside. Big, strong kid. And boy, is he a great athlete. At 6'3", 250, he takes up a lot of space, but he's also, with Coach and Donovan Catholic, they are playing him in space. Says a lot about his athletic ability. And he is a guy that's just going to go after that quarterback on the edge. And he's just an impressive dude when he's coming off the edge and taking on blocks. And try running power on him and kick him out. All right. And if you can do it, let me know. I'll put you as player of the week, if you're a fullback for another team. The kid is real tough. And you'll see later on how high we got him ranked in our player position rankings. 2024 defensive lineman from Point Borough, Charles Boom Davison, 6'2", 270. Now, I don't know the storyline why they call him Boom, but I'm not going to question it either because I'm not a tough guy like he is. So if it's Boom, it's Boom, and he plays like it. So there he is. What a hyped up kid in terms of from the Point Borough community. This kid coming up, Boom, you got to see this kid, Boom. And when I saw him, he is so impressive. Works his tail off in the offseason in the weight room, translates it onto the football field where he plays both ways. He was a sophomore last year, starting both ways for a South Jersey Group 2 state sectional championship team. Says a lot. Boom's going to have a big season without a doubt, and you can't think anything different because of the way he works in his practice and how he perfected his game. 2025 defensive end Lou DiBiase, 6'2", 253. Lou is one impressive dude. I mean, he played a little bit as a freshman. He is the strongest football player. Maybe even more than just the 2025 class. Benches close to 400 pounds. Came to my showcase over the summer. Very impressive kid. I loved his character, but I also loved his work ethic and how he goes after each drill and wins the drill. And he's being taught well where he's playing right now. But Lou DiBiase is one of the top defensive ends in the Shore Conference, without a doubt. And he's only a sophomore. You're going to hear some big things from Lou for the next 3 years. The defensive lineman 2023 from Central, Logan Brennan, 5'11", 230. He's a D tackle. He's very explosive in the trenches. He owns that A-gap. He takes on a lot of double teams. Sometimes he slips right through and beats that center and creates some hits behind the line of scrimmage. Coach Pigeon does a real good job moving him, slanting and angling, but he's a very tough kid in that level one. Logan will be one of the better defensive tackles in the Shore Conference, hands down. A defensive end, 2023 from Pinelands, Michael Hall, 6'2", 235. He is got such an upside to him, and this could be a make or break season for him because he could actually, break the recruiting barrier right with his closing speed, his quickness. This kid's first step off the ball is tremendous. You're going to watch him this year being in that 4-3 defense with Coach Tierney, coming right off the edge and making things happen with his athletic play. Big and strong, too. So he's got such an upside to him with his athletic ability, and I'm looking really forward to seeing how far is he going to take his play and elevate Pinelands on defense. The other D lineman for Point Borough is Aiden Ward, 5'11", 215. See, we were talking a lot about Connor Reynolds. We were talking about Davidson. And then this kid, Aiden Ward, who was playing his heart out all year, started getting noticed. All right? He started getting noticed by a lot of people here too, including me. And he started winning me over. And when I talked to Coach Staub, I have him rated just as close to those guys too. And before the season, he really wasn't involved in talks like that. Well, going into this season, he is one of the upper tier kids, not only in Point Borough, but Ocean County, without a doubt. Aiden Ward deserves to be on this preseason All Ocean County first team defense. He has the resume. Well, if you ask him what the resume is, well, he's a state champion. Is that good enough? But he's a guy that works his tail off, and he is a threat no matter what. And every week, this guy right here, next, defensive lineman 2024 from Donovan Catholic, Samuel Rock the third, 6'1", 250. He's now moving to DN. And let me tell you what, disruptive. He's disruptive on the football field, not off. On the football field, he is going to be a defensive end that is not going to be kicked out in power. He's going to be tough to handle with those offensive tackles. He's got this quickness and tenacity that not a lot of people have, and especially with his size. He's only a junior, and he's got a big season ahead of him for Donovan Catholic, playing in some major games. And with his play, and from what I'm hearing from his coaches and from other people, that he really can jump onto that recruiting scene big time with a lot of film that he's going to provide this year. Linebackers, Donovan Catholic's Dante Veneri, 6'2", 210. What can you say about Dante? He's tough as nails. He is explosive. And if you don't think so, watch his film. Last year, he had 4 touchdowns as interceptions for touchdowns. 4 of them. An inside linebacker doing that. I don't think that's ever been done in the Shore Conference. That's got to be some type of record that nobody kept track of. But he had 4 touchdowns in interceptions. One of them was a 90-plus interception where he caught it and zigzagged through people. Listen, when the ball's in his hand, he's a threat because he is a tough bull on offense too when he's running the football. But he plays hard to the whistle. He's physical and wants to get physical all the time. And he doesn't back down from anything, and he's going to have a big year with that. I just don't know if he's going to have 4 interceptions for touchdowns. I don't think that's going to be capital. That is going to be doubled with that. But he's a hardworking kid that is one of the top linebackers in New Jersey. Another linebacker from Toms River North is Ty Bolin, 6'2", 220, and he's one of the leaders of the defense, playing that linebacker spot. Took his team to the South Jersey Group 5 state championship game where they lost, but they got all these guys back, and their defense looks really good in the scrimmages, led by Ty. Hard-working kid. He's got a younger brother on the football team, so he's going to have to play that role too. So a lot of exciting things are going to happen with Ty Bolin and his football play with there. Another linebacker we have is for a 2023 from Toms River North, Ty Kazanowski, 6'3", 225. He's also a threat at tight end, and he could be a tight end on this team, but I like him at linebacker here. Ty is an outstanding physical, athletic football player who's big too at 6'3", 225. And boy, oh boy, is he a baller. He's a baller. Him and Bolin together are 2 guys that are going to own that second level and also first level when they do a lot of blitzing with Coach Ozowitz. Linebacker, 2024 from Donovan Catholic, Hunter Johnson, 6'2", 200. Last year, he played some tight end too. He also was playing a little bit outside linebacker. He's a big, strong kid. Coach loves him. He's very good in space, hard worker in the weight room, athletic. His film don't lie. Only as sophomore making some plays with which he did, where he made some plays on as a tight end. He could have been a tight end too on this team too. But I like him as a guy that had to back up some guys on the football team that were very talented last year, and now it's his time to shine. He's got the measurables. He's got the time. He's got the all those things, the combine, and he's a good-looking outside linebacker. How's this one from Central? 2023, Javon Tate, 6'1", 195. He's a guy that jumps right off the screen when you're watching it on Huddle. He's that guy that goes right off the edge, and he is probably one of the most. He may be the most explosive kid on the defense here, right there. Sending him, he's like a missile. He's a missile. He's a missile. Built himself up to a real big 195-pound compact kid that Coach Pigeon's going to do a lot of movement with him. And Coach Pigeon's got some schemes that he showed me that he wants to do with him. And he's going to make sure that he disrupts all the offenses with his quickness and his toughness and his speed. 2024, Tom Driver North, linebacker Anthony Rodriguez, 6 foot, 200 pounds. Yes, there are 3 linebackers from Tom Driver North. Why? Because they're all good. They're all good. Anthony's a strong kid. You look at him, and he's a physically intimidating looking kid. Not afraid to back down from anybody. You run the football at him, he's going to collision with you, and he's going to make plays, or he's going to make it spill it back to the inside linebackers. Tough football player. Tough, hard-nosed football player. Anthony Rodriguez has got big things to happen this season. Now the DBs. How about this one? Safety, Jeremiah Pruitt, a 2024 kid, 6'1", 190, explosive. College coaches have said to me that they are close to getting on him with offers. He is an athletic kid, so explosive. Walks the walk, he talks the talk, he backs it up. He is an intimidating guy at the safety position. You're going to see him at receiver. You'll probably see him maybe a little bit at running back. He could play quarterback, but I don't think he needs to this year. But he is an athlete and a half right there as a safety. And I like him because he's 6'1" and 190, very fluid. Only a junior, will be a high-rising recruit during this whole season. Defensive back 2024 from Jackson Memorial, Albert D'Alessandro, 5'9", 170. Albert is a receiver. He's a returner. He had a return for a touchdown last year as a sophomore. As a receiver, he runs jet sweep. He plays quarterback. When the quarterback was hurt last year, ran for 270 yards when he was the quarterback. Just an outstanding football player. He was at my showcase this year in the summer, and I was watching him with defensive back drills. He could be a safety. He could be a corner. He could be anywhere. He is an athlete and a half, Al is, without a doubt. Hardworking, very explosive kid, and very, very competitive. He is, Al. 2023 defensive back, Andy Falletta, 5'11", 175. That name right there, you're going to listen. Southern Regional needs this kid to be a stud. They're a very young team, inexperienced football team. Andy comes in, one of the few guys with experience, and I like the fact that he's here right now, and he's going to the ball's in his court. He's going to take them as far as he could. He's playing quarterback, he's playing safety, and he's going to be the quarterback in the locker room. He's got to be the leader for those young pups, and they got some talent there at Southern Regional, a bunch of sophomores. But Andy Falletta is a guy that I have to have on here because he's a leader. He's a leader for a good football program with Chuck Donahue. Andy Falletta is an outstanding safety. I like how he covers in space. He does. Coach Abato, the D coordinator, does a lot with him, and he's going to be the leader on the football field for Southern Regional, offensively and defensively. Defensive back, 2023, Connor Ciliento, 6'1", 170. also returns, a returner, and he also was the slot guy that, he was kind of like the forgotten guy in the offense. And then they do the play action pass, and there Connor is for a touchdown right up the seam. He's one of those guys that makes plays all the time and you don't realize it. When you do the statistics or you break down the game and say, wait, he had a fumble recovery that went for here. He had a big kick return that led to a touchdown here. He had a big catch that went here. He does it all. He does it all. He's one of the most unsung guys in the whole shore. Think of that. He's on a state championship football team, and here he is doing all these little things, and other names are being thrown out. Connor hasn't been forgotten at all. All right. We recognize him. First team defense for All Ocean County. Connor Silientis, well deserved. Well deserved. And we're going to end it right here with a return specialist from Tom Driver South of 2023, Devin Bond, 6', 175, also plays defensive back and also running back. But I like him as a return specialist. Why? Because he has 2 kick returns for touchdowns last year. I don't think a lot of teams are going to want to kick to him. He is very explosive football player. When you have a kid like him that can take a deep kick and take it 90 yards, 80 yards, and just change the momentum like that, has to be on this football team for the preseason All Ocean County first team. All right? So there was the first team defense for the preseason All Ocean County. I hope you enjoyed it. We also did the offense just 15 minutes ago with that. I hope you enjoy the rest of the teams that I'm just going to show now and not speak. All right. Again, first team offense, first team defense was something that I hope that you enjoyed hearing a little bit about each one of them. And then the second, third, fourth, and fifth team guys will also be guys you're going to hear about. And hopefully these guys are on the postseason All Ocean County that we do at the end of the year. Okay? I'm Rob Davis, the Shore Football Report. Enjoy the rest of the show.